So, picture this. Your body is like a giant, bustling city with trillions of tiny citizens called cells. Now, on one hand, you've got your healthy cells. These are your model citizens, right? They're total team players, they follow all the rules, and they know exactly when it's time to stop growing. But then you have the cancer cell. And this guy, he's a total rebel. He's decided the rules don't apply to him, he grows whenever he wants, and he's only out for himself, completely ignoring the rest of the community.
And that's really the key thing to get here. Cancer isn't some kind of alien invader. Nope, it's actually one of our own cells that has just forgotten the rules. It's like its instruction manual got all scrambled, so it just starts making copies of itself over and over and over again. All that out-of-control growth can clump together into a mass, or a tumor, which starts crowding out the healthy cells and stealing all the good stuff, like oxygen and nutrients. And that, well, that's a huge problem for the whole city.
Okay, so how does our body, this amazing community, let us know that something's wrong? How does it, sound the alarm when a group of cells starts going rogue?
Well, your body is incredibly smart. It has its own built-in alarm systems. And honestly, learning to recognize and listen to them is one of the most important things any of us can do. So here are a few of the first signals the community might send out. It could be something like a sore that just won't heal, or any kind of unusual bleeding. Or maybe you find a new lump, or a spot that feels thicker than the skin around it. You got to think of these as a really persistent alarm bell, a clear sign that something needs a closer look. And the alarm bells don't stop there. Other signs could be indigestion that hangs around forever, or finding it hard to swallow, or noticing a really obvious change in a wart or a mole, even a nagging cough that just won't go away, or a major change in your bathroom habits. See, these aren't just little annoyances. This is your body's way of waving a flag and saying, hey, I need some help over here. So the big question is, why? Why does this even happen? A good, healthy cell doesn't just wake up one morning and decide to be a troublemaker. Something has to happen to mess up its instructions. And the simple answer is that the instructions deep inside a cell, its DNA, can get damaged. These little changes are called mutations, and you can think of them like typos in the cell's rulebook. Suddenly, the rules don't make sense anymore, and this confusion is often caused by stuff happening around the cell, influences from the outside world, or even from inside our own bodies. So, here are some of the main culprits that can scramble a cell's rulebook. Sometimes it's something genetic that gets passed down in a family, but a lot of the time it's our own habits, things like smoking or not eating a healthy diet. And then there's the environment around us, like getting too much sun without protection or coming into contact with certain chemicals. All these things can damage a cell's instructions and turn it into a rule breaker. But here comes the good news. We are not helpless in the story, not at all. In fact, we have a ton of power to keep our community of cells healthy and strong. I want you to think of yourself as the mayor of your own body, and it's your job to keep all your citizens safe. And here is your official community health plan. It's actually pretty straightforward. Eating healthy stuff, like fruits and veggies, gives your cells the best building blocks. Moving your body every day keeps the whole community active and strong. And of course, avoiding things we know are harmful, like smoking, and protecting your skin from the sun, that helps stop those instructions from getting scrambled in the first place. But you know what? Even the best mayor needs help sometimes. So what if you do notice one of those alarm bells we talked about? Well, that is the exact moment it's time to call in the professionals. This right here, this is probably the single most important piece of advice in this whole story. It is not about panicking, it's about being smart. If something feels new or unusual for you, don't just wait and worry by yourself. Just make the call. You can think of doctors as your community's expert problem solvers. They've got the tools and the training to investigate what's really going on. They can run tests, do checkups, and figure out if it's a false alarm or if it's a real problem. And if it is, they can create a plan to help get your community back into good working order. So when you boil it all down, here's the big takeaway. Keeping this incredible community inside you safe and healthy isn't about some huge dramatic action. It's about all the little choices you make day in and day out. So as we wrap this up, just ask yourself, what's one healthy choice you can make for your community today?